Now, let's get into this. Day 3 investigation of the Turnabout Samurai. Can I save Mr. Will Powers? October 19th, 3:27 p.m. Ranico Law Offices. Oh, the close one, huh, Mia? Really? Not too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. What, Maya? So, what happened? Well, I think I've got plenty of good ideas who did it. Now, all I need is a motive and proof. Wow! Good going, Nick! Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. How are you feeling, by the way? Yeah, well, have you noticed anything that might have helped us? I can't see what's going on when Mia's here. So, no, I haven't noticed anything. Oh, so you do notice your sister when she's about. Okay, right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP Powers. Right. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director are both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the scene of the crime was Studio 2, where the trailer is. What? Was Maya always so excitable? I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick! Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. Also, I want to see if I can present you anything good. This is Cody's. Hey, a digital camera! I'm impressed a kid like him would have something like this. Expensive. Kids these days! I don't imagine Spirit Mediums in training get a lot of toys. Alright, let's see if we can get to the detention center. October 19th, Detention Center Visitor's Room. Mr. Wright, you're very well again today, thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Well, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though, there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's, well, respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Okay, so that's Vasquez. What can you tell me about Director Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now, everyone knows the name Salmonella. I'm sure they do. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. Okay, so I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he dropped off the face of the earth? Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I was starting out in the business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer! He just gave up on being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Could be a coincidence, or it might be something else entirely. LWP, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We're gonna go out to the studio to see if we can go find Vasquez and Manoa. The old Windbag show is quiet today. He thinks this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think our guard's down. Yeah. I bet we can even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you eat, you die. Phew, she's alive! You feeling okay, miss? Would you be able to tell me if Director Manila is here? So? He's a soft pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. What about Vasquez? The producer? Oh. The studio bigwigs love her. So, she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Alright, but what about Mr. Hammer? You were one of his big fans. I heard what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you dragged his star down from the sky and sat on it, calling him a criminal, a thief! I won't forget this! Uh-oh, she's really steamed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Mr. Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal a power suit so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low, it's impossible! I'm gonna let her vent. Let me go check the employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. Trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come and see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Yeah! No, don't touch it! Sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack! I guess it can be a little, dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatic indeed. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plays on the table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. So, anything on the plates? So you're looking for traces of sleeping pills? How? For a thorough examination, you gotta take the plate back to the precept. But I have the capabilities to make a accuracy examination right here. Well, science guys gave me some testing solution. If it reacts to those sleeping pills, see, if there's traces, they'll change color. Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Oh, now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the test conclusion on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills? Looks like it. Fake plate was added to the court record, okay. That's good to know. Found in the employee area. On it were traces of sleeping pill and a large bone. So, how's the investigation going? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame for him. How is Edgeworth doing anyways? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crashed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow! The Fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups, bottles. Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim jackhammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, sounds like the one who put pals to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right, yes! Sleeping pill bottle added to the record. Down on the table in the employee area. Bears jackhammer's fingerprints. Well, Mr. Gumshoe, thank you so much for all this information. I don't suppose Salmonella would be in here. Oh! Hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! Yes, and I'm really grateful for all that you've done, but... this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! Oh, God dang it, there's a fly in the room. It's annoying. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer? Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? Oh, I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too! What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumors must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything, she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff? I know what dirt means! About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again, and they left the film set the way it was too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then? Huh. An accident 5 years ago. That's when Mr. Hammer's fame fell, and Miss Vasquez kinda took over. Yes, in Studio 2. That trailer there was part of the filming set. Could you tell us about what happened? Sorry. I don't think I can. They really don't want us to talk about it. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not gonna make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decides. So, oh shoot. So why aren't you going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet. You understand? How could they do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, it can't be true! The program just ends. They'll be heartbroken for sure! Nick, say something! Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is calls for here. Here. Take a look at this. Take that! And this is? A fan collection. A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. tell me, what is it that Global Studios is so intent on hiding? Tell me about this incident 5 years ago. Okay. Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died?! It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studio back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Thank you, Penny. This information has been very helpful. What are you slinking? What? What? You're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Why would they... Who did they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth the mouth, Nick! Maybe we should keep a safe distance. It's a shame. But, can you tell me about what happened 5 years ago? Who told you? Who did you hear that from? Nicholas? Nicholas? Nicholas, Nick? Penny Nicholas, that assistant we talked to? Oh, right. Anyways, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnapper! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and they're recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No! I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish, or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume, I think the best proof I got is the sleeping pills. Sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have trouble sleeping sometimes. Except I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. Do I? Oh, right, the bottle. This bottle contains sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were found on the bottle. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She had ties to the Mafia. She silenced the paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag? Hold on a minute. Oh, Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. Huh? A photograph? Oh! Wait a second! This is the picture! Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It's a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court record, showing an accident involving Jack Hamill. I feel like I have pretty much all the evidence I'm gonna need. That being said, though, I think I probably want to talk to Miss Vasquez. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put the steel samurai costume on. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2. Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like, the director or the producer? Hey, Nick! It's Miss Vasquez! Hello! Hello! H-E-L-L-O! Maya! You should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she has to say, apparently. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's ticking me off. Oh, dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it? Nick, she did it! She's the killer! Miss Faye's blood speaks to me! I know it! I know it! Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? If I must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourself. Oh dear. Wasn't the assistant clearing up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Old movie poster, The Singing Samurai, starring Jack Hammer. What the hell do samurai sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god! That movie was the best! It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Mr. Hammer is a pretty accomplished singer, you know. Singing Samurai Stars. What's next? Ninja Ballet? Samurai Summer, starring Jack Hammer. This poster's quite old. Wow! It's been years since I've seen that show? It was one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great! Typical summer romance. Was a samurai and a horse. Tell me it wasn't about the samurai and the horse, please. Dynamite Samurai. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just some paper cups and crumpled documents. This is where they had their meeting. Where are the documents and paper cups scattered around? They're all blah blah blah. I read that wrong. Looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They got so much figured out for how much the set costs. I can't believe they're spending that much money on those sets. The glass is frosted. I can't see outside. It's fall into October. The dimming daylight makes it feel like winter's coming. Yeah, don't remind me. She's not even looking. Okay, hey, you, look. Why are you showing that to me, Nick? Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyways, Miss Vasquez. You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? and you used to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind? The conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick? She went inside! You came. Well then, what was it that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez. You were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids' shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place at the store! I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But... you were the cause! You pressured him! And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident! Oh, well, she's sure a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. That's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me now. What? This is valuable evidence, boys! Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. But it's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precept with me right now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you, Gumshoe! Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Anyways, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. That was a very quick one. Usually it takes 40 minutes, but this one only took me half an hour. Which has me worried about the trial tomorrow.